So 4.3, we're talking about domain and range and inverses. So the domain of a set of points. So here I have a function defined by, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. And it's asking for domain and range and set notation. So domain is x values. Range is y values. So our set notation with domain, we're going to take every single x value. And we do the brackets, -7, -13, 5, 14, 3. And then range, we take all the y values. So 4, 5, -7, -14, and 2. And then it says, well, what's the domain of the inverse? Okay, if the inverse is not a function, enter NA. So remember, if I were to take the inverse, all of these would switch. So remember, that means inverse. So the inverse would be the set of 4, -7, 5, -13. I'm switching all of the values x, y. And then it asks, well, is it even a function? So remember, if something's not a function, it fails the vertical line test and it has duplicate x values. So look at your x's. Are any of those the same? So it is a function, yes, and it wants the domain. Well, what did we just do? We switched the values. So the domain, the x values from the original function are now the range, and the range values are now the domain. So the y values, oops, I just did copy paste. So this is important. On the inverse, the domain is the range of the original function of f. So I took these values, the range of f, and that's the domain of the inverse.